There are all sorts of things you need to know when it comes to buying or selling valuable collectibles, so it's important to deal with a company who is well equipped to handle those special items.
Who better to give us the lay of the collectibles land than the collectible buyer, Scott DeLorge and John Jankowski, owner of Las Vegas Coin Company. We've seen John already, so we don't need to say good morning to him. He's already said he likes to miss me.
Good morning.
Yeah. So it's a wide array. It's a huge area of the market to balance. You know, figurines and games and toys and pretty much everything. But is there any advice you give to someone who's looking to sell, whether it be cards or a signed piece of memorabilia, when going to see a dealer?
Sure. Well, it is expansive. I always say I'm the everything else guy. Right. You've already seen the coins, the jewelry, the bullion. I do kind of take on a little bit of everything. The best thing I could say is try to do a little bit of due diligence about learning what your condition is or what your the actual item is, apples to apples. What we find a lot is people get a little overexcited because they see a high graded card or a graded coin or anything, and they see the big number. Then they go, oh, it's worth all this much. But we've got to make sure it's the same condition. It's not the same item if it's not the same condition. So you got to do a little bit of homework on that. Maybe come in and ask us. It's for free. But you got to do that idea that you know what you've got. It's not the same exact thing if it's not graded this or graded that.
And also there's little things like, you know, like toys need to be in boxes and computer games need to be untouched. There's different categories for different things.
And they don't need to be, but exactly that. Like somebody looks at a sealed new one and thinks, I've got $1 million here. And it's an old beat up, you know, loose game. So exactly, we just want to make sure that they're looking at apples to apples. And again, that's what they come in and learn. That's what we're helping to educate, even if they're not going to sell to us.
And why is it important to come to a place like yours rather than taking those specific items to, like, you know, a toy shop or a card specific shop?
Well, it's interesting you ask that, because that's what we would think. You say, come to us with your coins. That's what we do. That's our main focus. With the collectibles, there's a lot of stuff nobody else does. But then when there's stuff, that's what they do. A toy or an actual item that is, they're coming in and there's a shop out there, that's what they specialize in. I'd say maybe you check them out. And then we get the feedback that they did. And the number or the offer they got was either non-existent, because a lot of times they have too much inventory. Want that, where we're going to take in just about anything. If you bring it to us, we're going to analyze it, assess it, give you a cash offer, and we don't just sell it in the store. And I think that's what they run into, is not sure if I can sell it. I'm pretty confident I can sell it. We've got a nice network of ability to get the items to market, so we're going to make you hopefully the fairest offer out there.
Yeah, now you have different collections, and the viewers at home are seeing a number of different things, from signed cards to first edition comic books. And then we talked about, and you kind of alluded to it, the difference between graded and ungraded and conditions that some things are in. So what is that difference and how does it work?
So there's actually a couple of big reasons to grade something or get it certified. So certified people know that when you have an autograph, or maybe they don't know, you have to have it guaranteed by not just me or by somebody we don't know. There's actually like a third party, PSAs, JSAs. Then there's other companies that grade comic books or grade coins or grade cards, not only to get the condition, but if you don't grade or put a Mickey Mantle card into some sort of holder where they've analyzed it, they also make sure it's real. What people don't realize is almost everything is counterfeited. We can get into a deep dive there, we won't, of very low valued items are counterfeited. So you can be sure a Mickey Mantle card or a baseball sign is going to be counterfeited, unfortunately. So that also guarantees to the buyer it's real. So even a low grade on some of this stuff is good because you now know it's real.
Right.
But obviously the higher the grade goes, now we're really talking where we start getting into things that are tens. This is like a Snoop Dogg or a Tony Hawk signed card or something that's now guaranteed that they signed it and it's been graded a 10, so you're bringing it up just in value again and again. Every time you get something certified, graded, but it doesn't have to be. If you come in and we can help analyze it for you, we can then get it to market and make sure that we're giving you the fairest price too.
Well, you've kind of already gone through some of the items. I'm a bit of a comic book nerd, so my eyes immediately went here, but you've also brought in some other things that are pretty neat as well.
Well, a lot of times people are saying, what is it you're looking for? It's a difficult question because we're fortunate it comes right on in. But some of the smaller stuff. So you get stuff that's iconic. We have a lot of Zippo lighters, whether it's old vintage. This is called in cues when it's engraved inside of there. Brings up a real high value if something's etched into it. A lot of the newer ones that are just fun for today's day and age are $20, $30. But this is solid brass. This can get upwards into, copper. That gets upwards into $300. Old vintage ones can be hundreds hundreds of dollars. Just like John was mentioning about broken jewelry, this could be sitting in a drawer. Nobody even knew.
Pocket, and these are pocket
And
watches
these are-
here, right?
These are the knives.
So much
The
this-
pocket knives.
Pocket knives.
My
case
head's
knives.
on the watch.
Well, Jessica shops. If you want to bring your collectibles to check them out and find some really neat ones for purposes, head over to Las Vegas Coin Company on Eastern Avenue or visit LasVegasCoinCompany.com.